The defense lawyer stands in front of the jury and turns to the judge and says, "Your Honor, at this time I offer these x-rays into evidence." I jump up out of my seat. I yell, "Objection, Judge! I object to him introducing this into evidence. The defense lawyer has failed to authenticate that these x-rays are in fact my client's x-rays." You want to know what this is all about and why it's so important? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. In New York, in a medical malpractice trial or a wrongful death trial or even an accident trial, when someone tries to introduce certain x-rays or CAT scans or MRI scans into evidence, it's because we want doctors to rely on that information when they now get up to testify to explain to the jury what happened and why and how extensive the injuries are. And maybe it has to do with whether someone's responsible for causing those injuries. Now, why do we have to authenticate those diagnostic imaging tests? We do that because we need to make sure and to validate that the diagnostic imaging tests that they're trying to show to the jury, that they're now introducing into evidence, are in fact those of our clients, of the people they say they are. So now we have to make absolutely certain that the patient's name is clearly indicated on the x-ray. You know that when you get an x-ray done, they take a plate which clearly indicates your name and your date of birth and maybe even your social security number, and now it gets embossed into that particular film. So now anybody looking at that film can look at the bottom corner and see exactly whose x-ray this is. Why is it? Because if you did not have any identifying features or name or a specific identifying number to go along with that particular patient, there would be no way anyone would be able to match up that x-ray with that patient. In a CAT scan or an MRI, the computer puts that identifying information in, and when it prints out the actual film, that identifying information is often right on there, but not always in an x-ray. So that's why it's absolutely critical that whenever an x-ray is being introduced into evidence, we have to make absolutely certain that the identifying information for this particular patient is contained on there. This way it ensures that we're talking about the right patient and the right x-ray. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what goes on in these civil trials here in New York involving medical malpractice cases, accident cases, and even wrongful death matters. You know, I do recognize that you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit because you still have questions that need answers, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.